My name is Chris Cera. I'm a co-founder and CTO of Vuzit. Vuzit is a B2B software company. We focus on documents as a service. We're how documents meet the web. My partner, Brent Matzel, gets the credit for the original idea behind Vuzit. He and I worked at Traffic.com together, and he had gone to an Ajax conference, I want to say in 2005, and he had come up with the idea of using online software instead of desktop software to view documents, and that was the original idea behind Vuzit, was to make documents visible just entirely in a web browser. Since that time, the business has evolved extremely. Sort of the second act of the business was focused on security and control, and there's been some pushback to that, I'd say, in the enterprise space, because there's a lot of people, when they think of security, they think of an on-premise architecture. So we did launch an on-premise product, and that's one of the ways that we sell into it, into other companies. The third act of the business now is mostly focused on document analytics, which is more online software as a service type platform, and it's focused on online marketers. So the founding team of Vuzit is primarily all product developers, software developers, engineers, whatever you want to call them. And so the biggest problem that we had initially was essentially, we needed more suits. We needed more people that had business experience. So the last couple years have been, a major transformation personally, and for the company, of just, how do you sell software? And because there were things that the founding team had never dealt with. Since that time, we've recruited other people that have helped us out, worked out our board of directors, advisory board, these sort of things, and things are starting to come together now for us. Success for Vuzit would be, well, there's a few different successful things. I would love to think that we would have a company that has hundreds of employees someday, and all of those employees absolutely love their jobs, love their lifestyles, and we're really contributing to the community and society. And part of that is do I feel the same way about working there and what I've created? So that's really success for me. Early days of Vuzit, we didn't have big funders that funded our business. So we had our piggy banks and what we had saved working in industry over the years, and used that to essentially survive. And we didn't get any other outside money for well over a year after we had started. So it really helped us to focus on the business and how to make money and these sort of things, and brought all of that to the forefront. What I would tell someone that's having difficulty, similar difficulty, is to just, look at the situation, look at the team, and just think to yourself, can you move forward with these people over difficult times? And usually after one or two incidents, you're going to figure that out pretty quickly. And that's the time that you find you learn the most about people, is when you go through difficult times. And so if that's smooth, then you've probably got a good team, and you should keep pushing forward, because you'll probably figure something out. If it gets ugly, then it might not be meant to be. Competition in the document space is enormous. There are several other companies that are much well funded than us, 10x or more in venture capital money. And so it's really easy to get distracted by what they're doing, especially when you've got all of your friends and your colleagues that are all sending you the latest TechCrunch article about one of these competitors. And a lot of times it's just companies that are getting a lot of money dumped into them, and they're doing 100 different things, so it's even hard to see what they're focusing on. So you shouldn't get too lost in what your competition is doing, but you should definitely be aware of exactly what they're doing, and try to think about why they're doing it, and if that's a good idea for you to participate in it. It's so easy to jump on different trends, and I think for us, we focus less on trends unless it's going to have some PR benefits, because that's usually where you get a lot of, you can optimize on a trend, in my opinion. So Vuzit is a platform that you can build applications on. So it's essentially a Swiss Army knife, which we call the DocuPub platform. We have another product, which is essentially a dashboard. It's more of an application that online marketers can use, people that want to take advantage of the analytics. But our platform is essentially a Swiss Army knife. So being a Swiss Army knife, everybody expects that it does everything. And so we get bombarded with requests constantly to improve the product. And it's hard to decipher what is going to actually add the most value, minimal effort, high impact things that are going to add the most value to your product, especially if you're serving a variety of different markets. So what we've done to alleviate that is essentially, we have a professional services group where we'll do custom development on particular features that people want. And so now we've gotten to a point where we say no and we throw a price tag at them, and that's worked in a number of cases, and it takes the pressure off me to it's hard to go to someone and say, I'm sorry, I can't do this, when you know that you could build it, but it doesn't make sense for your company to provide it. So we've gotten really good at saying no. Well, I'd say that my work and my life are extremely integrated. Some people are masters at separating them, and there's a lot of benefits for doing that. For me, I just haven't been able to do it, and I live with that, and I'm perfectly fine with it. There's a lot of things that I try to do. I try to do physical things. I try to spend time with friends. I try to spend time with family. All of the other things that are fulfilling in life. But my work is extremely fulfilling, and it's very challenging. And I like to solve problems, and it's really what keeps me up at night. So it's what drives me. So I'm fine with them being totally integrated, and I like that a lot.